Most gardeners throw away the one thing their tomato plants are starving for, every single day. Apple cores, the piece you finish eating and toss without a second thought, are loaded with the exact nutrients tomatoes consume in the largest amounts throughout the growing season. This season, we stopped throwing them away and started burying them directly in the soil under our tomato plants. After 30 days, the difference was impossible to ignore. This video walks you through exactly how to do it, step by step, so you can put this to work in your own garden right now. Tomatoes are one of the hungriest crops you can grow in the home garden. They pull potassium, calcium, and phosphorus from your soil all season long, and when those nutrients run short, your plants slow down, fruit set becomes unpredictable, and your harvest suffers before you ever understand why. Apple cores are a natural, concentrated source of all three of these nutrients. They also contain malic acid and natural fruit sugars that serve as an immediate food source for the beneficial soil microbes already living in your garden bed. Feeding those organisms is the foundation of a soil system that feeds your plants on its own, without you adding anything expensive or synthetic. When apple cores are buried underground, they break down slowly over 2 to 4 weeks, releasing their nutrition in a steady, measured way that feeds your tomato plants at exactly the rate they can absorb it. This is the same slow-release principle that makes finished compost so effective, but without a pile, a bin, or months of waiting. The natural sugars in the apple tissue accelerate microbial activity throughout the root zone, which in turn activates the breakdown of other organic matter already in your soil and unlocks nutrients that were previously locked up and unavailable to your plants. The soil becomes a living, working system, and your tomatoes benefit from every part of it. Step 1 is building your supply, and it could not be easier. Stop throwing apple cores away and start collecting them in a small container on your kitchen counter or in the refrigerator. Any apple variety works: Fuji, Gala, Granny Smith, Honeycrisp. The variety does not matter nearly as much as the freshness of the tissue. For each tomato plant you plan to treat, aim to collect 3 to 5 cores. If your household only eats 1 or 2 apples a week, give yourself 3 to 5 days to build up enough before heading out to the garden. Fresher cores that have not dried out will break down faster once buried, so try not to let them sit for more than a week before use. Step 2 is deciding where in your garden to bury the cores and when to do it. For tomato transplants going into new ground, the optimal moment is right at planting time. Place your apple cores at the bottom of the planting hole before the plant goes in, and the roots will grow directly toward the decomposing nutrition as the season progresses. For established tomato plants already in the ground, work around the outer edge of the root zone, approximately 8 to 10 inches away from the main stem. Going closer risks disturbing established roots and causing unnecessary plant stress during an active growing period, which can temporarily set back fruit production. Step 3 is about burial depth, and this is the step most gardeners underestimate. If you bury apple cores too close to the surface, the scent of decomposing fruit will attract wildlife quickly. Raccoons, squirrels, and flies will locate and dig up your work within a day or two, making the whole effort pointless. To prevent this entirely, dig down at least 6 to 8 inches before placing the apple cores, and cover them completely. At that depth, soil temperature is more consistent, moisture levels are more stable, and the decomposition process speeds up significantly without outside interference. A deeper burial also concentrates the nutrient release right at the level where deep root systems are actively reaching and feeding. Step 4 is quantity and arrangement. For each tomato plant, use 3 to 5 apple cores, buried in a loose, spread-out cluster, rather than stacked or piled in a single dense spot. A dense pile creates anaerobic conditions, meaning the tissue breaks down without oxygen present, which produces fermentation byproducts and acids that can harm root tissue rather than feed it. Spread the cores out in a slight arc or loose grouping across a 6-inch area within your hole or trench, then cover completely with the soil you removed. If you have more apple cores than you need right now, save them for a second burial 2 to 3 weeks later, treating it as a scheduled feeding cycle rather than a one-time addition. Step 5 is understanding the timeline so you stay confident during the quiet early days. In the first 7 days, nothing visible will change above ground, and that is completely normal. Underground, microbial activity around the apple cores is already accelerating rapidly. During week 2, you may begin to notice a slightly deeper, richer green color in your leaves, which signals that the first round of released nutrients has reached the root zone and is being absorbed by the plant. By weeks 3 and 4, improved flower cluster formation, noticeably thicker stems, and earlier fruit set compared to untreated plants are the clear indicators that the method is doing its job. The patience required in the first week pays off significantly by week 4. Before we move on to the next steps, if this is giving you something useful for your garden, take a moment right now to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It takes 2 seconds, and it is what helps this information reach more home gardeners who need it. Now, let's keep going. Step 6 is an upgrade you do not have to do, but you will be glad you did. When you dig your hole or trench, add a small handful of finished compost alongside the apple cores before covering everything. The compost brings a ready, established population of beneficial microbes that immediately begin breaking down the apple tissue, compressing the nutrient release timeline by several days. A light sprinkle of wood ash in the same hole adds a quick boost of potassium and raises soil pH slightly, which directly benefits tomato plants growing in naturally acidic beds. Neither addition is expensive or difficult to source, and both multiply the long-term effect of the buried apple cores without adding any synthetic chemistry to your soil. Step 7 is the final action, and it is the simplest one. Once your apple cores are buried and covered, water the area thoroughly and slowly. That initial deep watering drives moisture down into the burial zone, activating decomposition and drawing soil microbes directly toward the organic material you have placed there. After that initial watering, your normal irrigation routine is all that is required. No special schedule, no additional amendments. Check the burial area during the first week to confirm no surface disturbance from wildlife, which would indicate the cores were not buried deep enough. Your primary progress indicators over the following weeks are leaf color, stem thickness, and the number of flower clusters forming above the zone where you buried. After running a 30-day side-by-side test across 4 tomato plants treated with buried apple cores versus 4 untreated control plants growing in identical conditions, the results were clear and measurable. The apple core group developed more flower clusters starting in week 3, set fruit noticeably earlier, and produced significantly thicker stems throughout the trial period. By harvest time, the treated plants yielded approximately double the number of ripe tomatoes compared to the control group, not a marginal increase, but a meaningful, visible difference. The soil in the apple core beds also felt noticeably looser, darker, and more biologically active when disturbed, which is the physical signature of a thriving, well-fed soil ecosystem. Here is the complete method at a glance. Collect 3 to 5 fresh apple cores per tomato plant over 3 to 5 days. Bury them 6 to 8 inches deep, spaced out loosely in a small arc, roughly 8 to 10 inches from the main stem. Add a handful of finished compost and a light sprinkle of wood ash if you have them available. Cover completely, water thoroughly, and continue your normal routine. Watch for richer leaf color in week 2 and stronger flower cluster development by weeks 3 and 4. The cost is 0. The effort is minimal. And the results, based on a full 30-day comparison test, make this one of the highest value things you can do for your tomato plants this season. If you have tried burying kitchen scraps in your garden before, or if this is the first time you are hearing about it, share your experience or your questions in the comments below. Every comment helps this channel reach more home gardeners who are looking for exactly this kind of honest, practical, zero-chemical advice. If you found this video useful, please give it a like and subscribe before you go. There is a lot more practical, tested organic gardening content coming your way, and you do not want to miss what we have next. See you in the next video.